Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel Made with Love. My name is Heather. Today I'm going to be working on more jars. I've got this round one. This was just a syrup. And this other one behind me here. This one from the dollar store. It's got the little patterns on it. So those ones I'm going to be spray painting like I did with the other ones like the other day. But I have these three. Are more of this brownish green kind of color. They're all square. This one here, which I think was either olive oil or the grapeseed oil. I'm not sure what I want to do with this one because I don't want to lose the nice color of the bottle. You know, I might just leave this one as is, and I might just do something decorative up on the top and something decorative along the bottom. That one, so I'm not quite sure what to do with that one. Now, these two here I really liked. These ones were from olive oil, and they actually have this big horse that's been stamped in on the glass, and it's got some words down here. So I'm just going to set that one aside because it's still a little sticky because I just finished cleaning them, so that one's soapy still. So I got to finish cleaning that one, but I'll just go to this one. You can see it's got that nice horse imprint there, and then on this back side it's got the horse symbol there too. So what I decided I want to do is I was watching some YouTube videos. If I know the names, I'd say them, but the ones I was watching, they all seem to be in Russian lately. So what they did was they took the wine bottle and popsicle sticks and kind of made the bottom look like a barrel. Now, my bottle is, oops, it's going to tip. My camera wants to tip on me. Okay. So mine's square, so mine's going to look more like a crate, but I still like the same idea. So I'm just going to take popsicle sticks. I'm just going to hot glue popsicle sticks around all four sides. And then to give the idea of the more of a barrel look, I'm going to cut out some strips from, this is that piece of faux leather that I had saved from when I redid my faux leather tray a couple weeks ago. So this was the damaged piece. So I'm going to cut a couple thin strips of this out to give the bandwidth to look like the band that goes around the crates. And just to give the idea for like the nice decorative like a finishing nail, I've got these little fasteners. Not quite sure what they're really called, but they're these little fasteners. And mine seem to have come in a couple different, this package has a couple different colors. It's got like the copper, the gold, and the silver, and they all look kind of aged. So I really like the coppery color. With this, I don't know how easy it will be. Probably once I get it kind of started, make it a little easier. But with this leather, with this to look like the nail head, I really like that color combination because this copper color kind of looks more like a little bit of the brown that's in here in the pattern. Might be hard to see on camera. It's kind of hard to see when I'm looking at it too. So I'm just going to get this all set up. That's what I'm going to be working on. Is I'm going to be doing both of these to look like crates. So first step first is I've already washed this one. That one I got to go and rewash or finish washing. My next step is I've got my alcohol. So a little bit of alcohol. I'll be cleaning the outside of this in the alcohol. Now what I did notice is my popsicle sticks fit perfectly from the bottom where I want it, and they will cover all the letters. I did a quick measurement and it looks like I could probably fit about 8 popsicles across each side. So this will take almost 40 popsicle sticks. With the 2 jars, you know, you get like about 100, get about 100 popsicle sticks in the bag from the dollar store. So about 1 bag will help me do both these jars. So let me finish setting up and move the angle of the camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just waiting for my glue gun to heat up. I forgot to turn the power bar on. So this is the jar I'm going to work on. This is what the olive oil in it. I said it's got this nice horse up here. And I did have a choice between the regular craft sticks or the jumbo ones. I kind of like the size of the jumbo ones, but if I did the jumbo ones, I'd either have to, you know, like cut them down or lose some of the horse. So what I've decided to do is, right now, I'll just do a quick measure, but I do like to want to keep the horse. So what I decided is, because I've got 2 jars like this, I will do one with the jumbo sticks and one with the regular size. So right now I'm going to work with the regular size. These ones, to cut them down, because I want to be able to see the horse. So I'd have to cut them down probably about an inch and a half. Inch and a half I'd have to cut off of each one. I'd have to find my saw and miter box because my scissors are not sharp enough to do the wider craft sticks. My scissors can do the regular craft sticks easily. So this jar I'm working on, I'm just going to use the regular size. When I do the second jar, I'm going to use the bigger ones. So they'll be the same but have some difference. So what I said, I measured out that it takes about 8 popsicle sticks for each side. Again, see my glue gun almost ready. And then I've also measured, oops, move the popsicle sticks over just for a second. I also measured around the width of the bottle, and it's about 12 inches. So I'm going to cut 2 strips. 12, well, I'm going to do a little bit longer. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this mat I've got here. It's like a placemat. It measures a little over 16, almost 16 and a half inches. So I'm just going to cut my 2 strips out of this faux leather first. I'm just going to flip this over and use the reverse side. So I'm just going to measure, I'm just going to use my little cutting mat here. I'm just going to set that aside. I've got my other cutting mat. So you can just hold this down so it's level. I'm just going to cut a couple strips out of this. So all I'm doing is I'm just trying to get, let's see, line this up so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got my good cutting mat and I've got the faux leather just sitting down here, and then I've got this my other cutting mat just so I can cut a better straight line. I've got my X-Acto knife or box cutter. I'm just going to cut strip. Just going to cut the strip straight down. And I'm just going to do a second one. I'm not quite sure how thick. I think at max I want the 2 strips at about an inch. So I'm just cutting myself 2 nice good size strips. And then I will even them out and get the exact size as I figure out the size. So I've got it kind of just scored with that. So I've got my 2 strips. So I'm just going to grab my scissors here and I'm just going to cut the strips on where I had kind of scored. And I know this is still like a not straight. It's okay. That's okay. I'm not trying to get it straight at the moment. Right now I'm just trying to cut out my 2 strips because I got to figure out what size or what width I want the strips. So that's my 2 strips just cut out for right now. Let's do this real quick. So the popsicle sticks just lay across there, and then there's the, look at the, see, that to me is too thick of a band, so I'll probably do half that width. So should I just fold this in half like that? Yeah, see, that's the size I like right there. Just wanted to know what size. So I'm just going to take this one. I'm just going to fold this one strip in half and just cut it. Now I'll have my 2 strips. And now I'm just going to, once I get this done, I'm just going to start to hot glue the popsicle sticks onto the jar. I know this would be too, the strip is too long. I'll have to shorten it, but I'll wait till I get it done at the end. I really do like the contrast of everything. So now I've got my strips made, so I'll just set those aside, and I'm just going to start to glue the popsicle sticks on. But first I gotta use the alcohol. I forgot to do that. So a cotton ball here, just fluffing it out. I'm just gonna go over this with the alcohol, make sure that there is no fingerprints or any more of that label glue still stuck on here. Or my hair stuck on here as well. There. So I'm going to start at the top part where I've got the lettering and the horse, so I know right where I'm. Just dropped a box of stuff. It was caught on the extension cord. Okay, just wiping this off. So I'm just going to line this up. I'm going to start with the center one, just so I know right where I want it to be. Because I'm just going to put some glue on the. Help if I had another glue stick in here. So put some glue on the popsicle stick. I just dropped that on my lap. Okay, just gonna stick this in place just as a guide so I know where the next ones are gonna go. Just gonna put the glue on here, right beside that one. All I'm going to be doing now is just gluing the popsicle sticks like that. I will be back when I get them all glued in place. I don't think you want to watch me do this. It could probably take, 10-20 minutes to glue 40 popsicle sticks, but you see how I'm doing it. When I get that done, I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the popsicle sticks or craft sticks glued all around the bottom portion of this jar. Then I've got my strips of the faux leather. What I did do is I've got them even, so I just took the strips and I folded them in half, and then I just went on both sides and trimmed off any excess. So if one side's a little bit bigger or smaller, so they're both the same width all the way around. I did that to both pieces. Just folded them in half. And anywhere where one had a little bit of extra material over top of the other one, so I had to cut just a very, very small amounts of just little strips off of each one. So now I'm just ready to figure out my placement of these, and also figuring out the placements for the little, where the nails would be. So I'm just gonna grab my measuring tape. And I'm just gonna measure the popsicle sticks. They're about, looks like about 4.5 inches. So if I do like an inch from the top and an inch from the bottom, pencil, I don't know where my pencil went. I've got a pen. I'm just going to measure an inch from the top and an inch from the bottom. I kind of know where I'd like my guidelines to kind of be. I don't know if you can see the little tick marks there and there. So if I just put lay the one strap up here and just lay the other one here. So I'm going to see if that looks like a good placement. I just want to put it and right there. So it'll look like that. I like the way it's looking. Okay, so now next step is just trying to figure out, okay, so I guess right along the center of all those, I will be putting my little tacks, little fasteners, I guess. So I will be, I need 2 for every popsicle stick. I don't know if I have enough. So I gotta decide if that will be. I gotta figure out how many I've got that color. So my little fasteners, I've got a few different colors here. So let's see. I don't think I have enough to do. So I'm gonna decide how I wanna. For sure at the corners. Something just fell on my leg. Okay, so I guess it'll be, so I'm going to start with the 8 because I know I will need 8 for sure. So I'm going to do each corner at the top and bottom, and then I'll figure out the center. So I'm just going to pause for a minute. I'm just going to figure out my fasteners here because I've got 3 different colors. I'm just going to separate them to see how many I can use on here, and when I get that figured out, I'll be right back. Okay, I was just making some quick measurements as to where I was gonna mark off for the nail holes. So I've got them on here, so I've got them kind of spaced out. So now I'm gonna take my faux leather strip. I've got this little tool here, it's actually for woodworking, but I need something with a sharp point and I couldn't find my other little tools. So I'm just gonna grab this again. I'm just gonna lay this down. Going to start with the back side. Start right here, so I know kind of where I need to make my first hole. Just going to poke a little hole through there so we get through. Twist this around and try to get a hole through this. I don't know where my little hole punch thing is. I'm just going to stick this right through. It didn't go all the way through. Well, it did, but it's not a big enough hole for that to go all the way through. I'm going to come from the back. Really need to find my other hooks there. That will work. It just went right through. So I'm just going to put the little fastener through the hole. I'm just going to close up the little ends here. Press it down on the table like that. So I'm just going to do all my measurements and figure out. I'm just going to. So I've got this as my guide. So I'm just going to lay this here. Just where my next one. So I've got my dots laid out. So I'm just going to grab my little Sharpie here, and my next one will be about here. And just go all the way around, lining up where I'll be making the holes. Just go all the way around. Hold this so I know right where I had started. Oops, I'm already back to where I had started and didn't even notice. So I guess I marked a whole strip. That's okay. So now all I'm just going to do is to continue poking the holes through on both of my leather strips. And when I get that done, I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the strips of leather and I poke the holes and I put the fasteners through on both strips. So now I'm just going to get the jar. I'm going to start at the back. So I'm going to make sure that this is the front, this is the back. Just want to make sure. I'm just going to grab the one. Start with the center one at the back. Just going to put some glue. I'm just going to start gluing the leather strip around. Don't want to get that one caught with this one. Actually, these are not lining up. I think I've grabbed the wrong strip. Oops. Should have checked that first before I started gluing that I've got the right. Okay. Now I've got the right. Just going to line up with these holes because this is. I'm just going to line up so that the fasteners line up with where I want the little nail holes to be in the crate. I'm just going to glue this on now. Oops. I just pulled the leather strip just a little too hard and I just tore it. It's okay, I will fix that in a second. Just gonna get this down. I've got too much hot glue here and it's all just leaking through. I gotta fix this one. Cut off the extra strip from that side. I gotta figure out what's wrong here. Okay. This is in the wrong. Yep. These ones are wrong because I was measuring and then I messed up. So I poked these through the wrong holes. There. Just gonna grab a different color marker and remark this because I messed up. It should be there and there. Okay, so I gotta redo these two holes on this one. I'm gonna take my tool, just gonna find where I marked it. I'm just gonna poke it through and poke it through, and then take the fasteners and push them from the front. So I had measured and then they were wrong, and I had to remeasure, and then I'm getting my holes mixed up as to which ones I needed to use. Okay, that poke through there, that's better. So now I'll just peel off this extra glue that's here now. Just get some more hot glue down here and just glue this strip across. And snip off the extra bit and glue this down. You have to come by a little bit when it's glue's a little cooler and get the extra glue off, but there we go. So there's the first one with all the little nails. So now I gotta get the bottom one glued into place. So I'm gonna line this up first to make sure I get the right holes. Here in the corner. Okay, I've got this one lined up. So I'm going to start at the back here. And put some glue down. And just this to go around the jar. And just keep gluing cut off the extra bit at the back and glue this down and glue this down. There I go. I've got the bottle. Looks like it's sitting in a wooden crate. Now what I said, I got the inspiration from this other YouTube channel. I believe it's in Russian, but they did the wine bottle to look like a wine barrel, and then they used the polymer clay to make grapes and leaves all around the whole jar. But I don't drink, so I don't have any wine bottles, but I had this one. It was the olive oil and had this horse. So I really wanted to do this. Now I can't wait to make this second one, which I will be using with the, I don't know, so I made this one with these craft sticks. I was going to make the other one with the here they are, with the fatter craft sticks. But for these ones, again, I'm going to have to cut them down, so I got to find my little saw and measure and cut them down. So I'll be doing that really shortly. Also, I said this one here, I'm still not sure what I wanted to do with this one because I love the color of it, but I want to do some decorative stuff on here, so I haven't decided what to do yet. And then as for the other ones I've got back here, I'm going to spray paint them like I did with the ones a couple days ago. I haven't been able to get outside to spray paint because it was raining. We finally got nice weather. But this is this one that I had done a few days, or maybe about a week ago, but it rained. So you can see, like, I do like it, and I had it up on my cupboard for display, but there is still places where it does need a third coat because the paint just dripped. But for the most part, it looks good. So those other clear jars, I'm just going to spray them with the yellow. I really like when you do the vibrant colors because it really makes any decorative stuff just really pop. I'm going to do that for those ones. So I will be right back with the other one that matches this and with the large craft sticks and start working on that one. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do with the larger craft sticks. So it looks like I can fit 3 pretty good across like this. So I know it'll probably be 4. Just move this over. I think it's like 4 fit across each side, so that'll be 12. So I've made 12 of these. I've already measured every single one. So I'm cutting them down because these are about 6 inches. From the bottom of his hoof to the bottom of the jar is 5 inches. So I'm cutting about 1 inch off of each stick. Just got to go and get my saw, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my hacksaw and the little miter box. Each of the sticks in here, and I'm just going to cut them down. This blade's probably very dull. A little bit on each side and then just snap it off. So I'm going to do that for the remaining 11 and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm almost done. But what I found works best is, so I've marked the popsicle stick. I've marked on both sides where I have to cut. So I'm just going to lay it in my miter box. And I'm just going to do a quick couple little saws on that side, and then I'm going to flip it over and line up. That's why I marked on both sides. Just do a couple little on this side. So I've got this little groove on each side, and I'm just going to snap it off. And then because I end up with a little bit of the extra popsicle stick that I don't need, I just kind of trim the extra bit off with the scissors. That's all I've been doing, is just like this blade is dull, and I did look, and I don't know where my husband has the spare blades. I have a better one that I just bought myself, but I don't know where I put it at the moment. Just gonna go a couple saws that way and flip it over, and a couple saws this way. I have seen other people where they take, especially like popsicle sticks or anything, you just kind of snap it, and they tape them all together. I would do that, but this blade is just not sharp enough. It's not even able to go through the whole popsicle stick. I'm just gonna keep doing this until I get them all done. I just got like 3 left to do. Like I said, just score a little on each side and then just kind of snap it. And then I'm just trimming off any of that extra little bit that was from the one side and the extra little bit that was on the other side. And I've just got these couple left to do. So when I get these ones done, I'll be right back for the next step. Okay, I'm just taking a piece of scrap sandpaper. Just says this one is extra coarse. I'm just kind of filing down where I had cut it, just so it's not so sharp. Just going to do this to all of them. Okay, now I am ready to start gluing these sticks in place. Just going to line it up. Really. Just going to set one there. I'm just going to set one here. I'm just lining these up just so I this has to come right to here because I need this one to be right at this edge. Lots of glue on the stick. And just press it in place. After doing the other one, I found it's actually a lot easier to put the glue on the stick. So you get it on the stick and then you just kind of line it up and you push it against the one beside it. I'm not so worried about the bottom of here, how even it is, because I'm going to put a trim along this bottom. I'm going to make this one similar but a little different. So that's what it looks like so far. So now I'm just going to go to the next one, and I did find you should make the spacing easier. Actually, just lay out the sticks first, because I did have a problem before I started doing that on this one. It does have this one where it's overlapped because they slid, as I had to slide them over, and then it didn't quite fit properly. But the overall effect, as you can see, there's a big gap here, and then because of that gap, then over here, this one is actually like the corner piece is overlapping funny. So it was my first mistake on that one. So I found if I laid the sticks out, even if they're not perfectly centered, they're just are not quite straight. They're just kind of just leaning here, just so I know right where they are. So I'm actually putting the sticks here, and I'm working from closest to myself to that end, just so I get everything lined up a little bit easier. And it looks, I think it'll have a better finish. I'm just going to stick this one on and just start gluing the next ones in place. I will say I do like it better with the larger craft sticks. Now they're going to both be just similar, but they're going to be just that much different that they're not going to be identical. So when they sit side by side, and you will see the difference. You see it's got such a much cleaner corner when I did it that way. This one still kind of slid a little bit. It's the shape of the bottle, and these craft sticks from the dollar store are not perfectly the same size. Keep working around. Just grab the next 4. And I realized I didn't cut enough sticks. I don't know, because I think I was going to do 3. Yeah, because initially it was going to be 3 per side, and then I realized I actually need 4 per side. So I'm going to have to cut a few more sticks because I am short by 3 sticks now, because I kind of changed how many I thought I was going to need. Get these ones glued in place, and then I'm going to have to pause, and I'm going to have to go and cut a few more sticks. So when I get all the sticks glued on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the popsicles, or the craft sticks, all glued on here. Because these sticks are thicker than the other ones, I'm going to actually make the leather strip twice thicker than this one. This one I measured, I think it's about, if I can find the right end of the tape measure. And they are less than half an inch, maybe I don't know, whatever that would be. Between 1/4 and half an inch is what these ones are. So I decided for these ones, I'm going to make them 2 inches each. So I've just measured out my strips, 2 inches on here. I'm still using that same faux leather piece. I'm going to do the 2-inch strip. I'm just going to cut them out the same way as I did the other one, but this time I actually measured. So I'm just going to take my one cutting mat and just use it as a straight edge. I'm just going to grab my scissors. I'm just going to cut out along that line. See, so it's a nice thick. So when I put this on, so I decided to do for this one, I'm going to actually put the one right at the very bottom, as close to the bottom, to kind of hide all the work where I had to cut the sticks. So it will kind of hide all that. And then the next one for the top, I'm going to put it up here again. I think I'm going to put it up high to kind of cover the tops like that. Or I might just put it down just enough so you can see a bit of the little scalloped edge. I haven't quite decided. I'm going to do the bottom and figure out for the top, just depending on the, looks like the height of the popsicle stick or the craft sticks aren't quite the same all the way around because it kind of slid. So this glass is, even though it is like a straight heat, corners are straight, the middle part is actually curves inward. So it's kind of tricky to glue the craft sticks on straight. So I'm just going to cut out the other strip. And I'll do the same thing with the other one just to make sure that they are the even thickness. Just fold them in half. Just give it a good bend where the middle is. And just anywhere where, so these ones, it doesn't look like there's much overlap where the two pieces don't meet up straight. Actually, I think it looks pretty good. That looks good. The same to this one. This one does have a little bit. You can kind of see. Maybe like that. You can barely see, but there is a little bit of a difference in a few spots. I'm just gonna reline these up. I'm just gonna take my X-Acto knife here. Just gonna make a little line. And just trim off that little bit of excess that was there. So it's just a small amount. It doesn't really even, you won't even notice, but I think this might have been from the first piece that was cut out. And I didn't quite cut straight. So just kind of even it out. So now they're the same on thickness on both sides. Start with the back side. I'm going to glue this strap. Start right here. I'm going to glue right as close to the edge as I can. Just overlap just a little so that you can't see any of the craft stick. I just got to turn it my way so I can see where the bottom of the jar is a little bit easier. I'm going to put a little bit of glue. And then I remembered, yeah, as I'm gluing this, I remembered that I did want to put these little nail holes things. So now, good thing I only glued it on a couple little spots, and I've got to get these, and I got to measure. So I got to take this off, and take off this extra glue, and I got to figure out where the little nail holes are going to go. So while I figure that, I'll be right back when I get that all done. So I'll be marking it on here and on here the same way as I did the first one, but I will show you when I've got it started. Okay, so I marked out where the nail holes will be on the jar, and I even put down like my start and finish so I don't mess up, and I did the same thing on these ones. I've marked them out, and I've got my start and my finish on both strips so I don't mess up like I did on the last one. Now I'm just gonna have to poke the holes and put in the little fasteners. So I just took my little, this is actually like a wood carving tool. I just can't seem to find anything else at the moment. Just gonna poke a hole just till the blade comes through. Oops, not like that. Got the holes punched through on this one. I'm just going to grab these little fasteners that I'm going to be using. On this one I'm going to use the ones that are like a silver color. I'm just going to flip the leather strip this way and poke them through from the front towards the back. Like that. I'm just going to continue to do that on both the strips, and then on this side you'll end up with that. So I'm just going to finish this, and when I get this done I'll be back for the next step. Okay, I've got both my strips done with the little fasteners. At this time I actually marked them where I'm going to start and where I'm going to finish, and I even marked them as the top and bottom so I don't mess up like the last one. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to do the bottom first. So this is where I'm going to start. So I'm just going to have to overlap this over the bottom just a little so it covers the craft sticks. And then for the top, I have also decided I'm going to put it right up close to the top to kind of cover the tops of the sticks. I realized I was going to do that, and then I realized that they're not all even, so then the little scallop won't be even around. So it won't be even, all the little scalloped edge won't be even all the way around. Also, I'm not sure if I said, but I think I messed up when I said it. So these strips, I cut out 2 pieces that are 1 inch wide each, not 2 inches. I think I said 1 inch. I don't know what I said. I think I said it wrong. So my strips of leather that I'm using on here, they are 1 inch wide each. Okay, so I'm just going to get the glue, and I'm just going to start gluing this first spot. I'm just going to keep adding the hot glue and gluing all the way around. And I'm at the end, so I'm just going to cut off the extra little piece. A little more. move this down a little bit better. Fix this. Okay. So there is the bottom done. When it sits, it's hard to see, but when it sits flat, and now I'm going to do the same to the top one. Just going to make sure I get this right. What was I starting from? Figure this out because I just gotta line it up so I'm covering the tops of the sticks because I saw where they were really crooked. Just want to make sure is where it will go. Okay, like that. I guess I'm gonna find for this. There's gotta fix this. It's a little crooked right there. Okay, I just gotta make sure that I've got this. Okay, now I've got it straightened out. I'm just going to trim the extra off. And just glue that down in place. When these dry a little bit more, I'll have to get in there with the blow dryer and get some of these extra glue cleaned up. There we go. So that is my 2 olive oil bottles covered with the craft sticks, faux leathers, and little fasteners to look like nails. Okay, sorry, I had to go for a second. Yeah, so I finished both of them. They're completely different. They're both the same olive oil bottles with craft sticks, faux leather, and little fasteners. So I will figure out where they're going to go in my house. Well, I kind of know where I'm going to put them. I just have to go and clean where they're going to go. I'm going to say to everybody, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.